Do you want to learn how to make a new website? In this beginner's guide, we'll show you how to create a website step by step in less than 30 minutes with no coding or web design skills required. We'll provide some resources to help you choose the best website builder platform for you, be it WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, or even Blogger. No one platform is better than the others. It will just depend on your objectives as to which is the best option for you. In this beginner's website tutorial, we'll show you how you can easily create a business website like this, portfolio website, a blog similar to this one, shop or boutique website, or a personal or professional website like this. So, if that sounds good, then let's get to it. To help you follow along, we've created a free tutorial guide on the Oakland website. In the description below, you'll find a link to this page. Here, you'll be able to follow along with step-by-step instructions, as well as find any links and resources mentioned in this video. We'd recommend opening up this page in another tab for easy access. As part of the Oakland community, you'll also be entitled to some discounts on hosting, a free domain, and discounts on website themes and templates by following the links on the Oakland site or in the description below. Step 1. Choosing the right platform for you. The first thing you want to decide on is what platform is the best for your new website or blog. With about 50 to 60% of the market, WordPress is by far the world's most popular content management system, or CMS, and for that reason is the platform we'll use for this tutorial. However, WordPress isn't ideal for everyone, and to help with your decision, we've created a few short, unbiased comparison videos for you to be able to make your own decision. On the Oakland post here, you'll find the comparison videos for the most popular alternatives: Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, and Blogger. If you're unsure of which platform to choose, we'd recommend pausing this video and taking the time to review your options before getting started. For this video, we'll show you how to make a website using WordPress. When it comes to WordPress, there are two options: WordPress.com, which is the hosted version of WordPress, or WordPress.org, which is the self-hosted version of WordPress. As this is the industry standard for blogging and professional business websites, we'll show you how to set up a self-hosted version of WordPress for your website. Step 2. Planning your website. Before you jump into building your website, you should prepare a few essentials and plan out your website as much as possible to make the process a lot smoother. First, make sure you have all the branding elements you need, like a logo with all the necessary variations, like a light and dark version, as well as different sizes or dimensions. A favicon, this is the logo your website will display in the browser tab. It's usually square, but you can create the illusion of an irregular shape by using an image with a transparent background. A brand color palette. This usually consists of a main color, as well as a few complementary colors associated with your brand. You can use tools like Paletton.com, Adobe Color, or ColorHex.com to pick a color palette. A small budget of $100 to $150. This will help fund your hosting, a premium WordPress theme, and any stock images you might need. Next, plan out which pages you want in your website, as well as how it will fit into your navigation. You can do this using a sitemap similar to this one. As you can see, I've listed the most important pages I want here, and organize them under the main navigation menu over here so they can be easily accessed. If you're going to have a blog with different categories or a page of sub-pages like a recipes page with individual recipes, you can also map them out. Lastly, you can make designing your website even easier by first sketching out rough examples or wireframes of what your pages will look like this. You can go into as much or as little detail as you want. However, the most important thing to do is make sure that the flow of information makes sense and that you take the user through a process or tell a story. Step 3. Registering for hosting and a free domain and setting up your WordPress website. In the article on the Oakland blog, you can access a discount for Bluehost by following this button. We recommend using Bluehost because it's one of the most affordable and easiest to use options for beginners. That'll take you through to the Bluehost page. And as you can see, you get a free domain, SSL certificate, and one-click WordPress install. So just click Get Started. Then you need to choose a plan. The basic plan is most affordable, and the main difference between it and the others is that you have limited storage space and that you can create only one website. Choose whichever plan is right for you. We'll just go along with basic. Then you'll either need to choose your new free domain or enter a domain if you already have one. You can also choose the extension for your domain from the available options here. If the domain is available, the Bluehost will let you know over here. The next step is just to provide some very basic personal information. Then at package information, just make sure that you choose the right period. And then there are some extras. So we recommend keeping domain privacy protection, as this will stop your details being published with your domain. But you can uncheck the others. And then lastly, you need to provide your payment information to pay for your hosting. And then just accept the terms and conditions and click Submit. You'll be taken through to this page welcoming you to Bluehost with a Set Password button. Click it to go set your password. Just enter any password that you want. Try to keep it secure. As you can see, they provide some guidelines for that. Or you can let Bluehost suggest a secure password for you. Just make sure that you copy this and paste it somewhere. Agree to the terms and then click Next. And you've created your password and can now log into Bluehost. So if you click the button, just let it load a bit. This may take some time because they're going to suggest some themes for us. So yeah, we're already logged into our Bluehost account. And we won't pick one for this tutorial because we'll set this all up later. So we'll just click skip this step. So you can go immediately to your WordPress site by clicking Start Building, or first go to your Bluehost account. We'll just open it in a new tab for now. This is your WordPress dashboard hosted on Bluehost, and there will be a welcome message from Bluehost as well as a setup wizard. We won't be using this as we'll be setting up our website ourselves. So we'll just click I don't need help, which will take us through to our Bluehost dashboard for WordPress. You'll see the left-hand navigation menu. And if you go to dashboard, this is your actual WordPress dashboard. So there's a bunch of stuff here, mostly related to the extra plugins that Bluehost installs on your behalf. And you'll see this orange coming soon active bar at the top toolbar, which shows users a coming soon page when they go to your website since it's not set up yet. We can also remove some of this clutter from our dashboard by going to the top right hand corner of any of these panels and then clicking the X to remove it. We'll keep the Welcome to WordPress panel as it has some handy links that you'll probably use later on. In the left hand menu, we'll next go to Plugins and then Installed Plugins. So Bluehost installs some plugins on your behalf. And while you can keep them if you feel you'll need them, if you don't, it's best practice to remove them or at least deactivate them, as they can only lead to outdated plugins or security vulnerabilities if you just leave them there but don't use them. They may also impact the performance of your site as they add some unneeded complexity. So We'll just multi-select the WP Forms opt-in monster and Jetpack plugins, as well as the Google Analytics plugin. Then from the bulk actions drop-down, you can just select deactivate and click apply. Okay, so with our necessary plugins deactivated, let's go back to the dashboard. So let's take a quick run through of the WordPress dashboard. On the left, you have the main admin menu. At the top, you have the toolbar. And in the middle, you have the main dashboard area where you'll be doing most of your work. And this changes depending on where you're on at the back end of your website. So the toolbar is dynamic and the options will change depending on where you are. You can visit your site by clicking this here and then also come back to the back end. In the main admin area at the top, you have the dashboard section where you can access the dashboard, some of your more important plugins, and also updates. In the middle is the content management section where you manage and create content for your website in the form of posts, pages, media, and comments. And then below that, you have the site administration section where you change the design and appearance of your website and other options. So you have the themes, the customizer, widgets, menus, all your plugins. You can manage users and you can also access your website settings. And plugins or themes may add additional options to this menu, as you'll see throughout the process of building your website. Then also you'll have the screen options here at the top where you can enable or disable extra options for whichever page you're on. And the help menu is also dynamic and changes the available information based on where you are. This is just a quick run through, but take a look at our Introduction to WordPress for Beginners tutorial for a complete overview of the WordPress platform. To make sure your site's secure, you then need to activate your free Bluehost SSL certificate. And in the article, we've provided a link to a guide on how to do this and learn why it's so important. Step 4. Blocking or unblocking robots.txt and changing your permalink structure. So there are a few WordPress settings we would recommend you use when first building out your website. You can find your WordPress settings under Settings in the left-hand menu. General is where you change settings like your site title and date formats, but we want to go to Reading. And here under Search Engine Visibility, we recommend that you tick the box Discourage search engines from indexing this site. This will stop your website from showing up in search engines, so you can hide it from visitors while you're still working on it. Always save your changes. And remember to come untick this once you're ready to launch your website. Then under permalinks, WordPress sometimes by default uses a permalink structure with the date or the month and the name of the page or post in the URL. But it's much more logical and better for SEO to use a post name structure that uses your page or blog post title in the URL. So just make sure that your website is set to post name and then save the changes. And then we'll go back to the dashboard. Check out our Introduction to WordPress for Beginners tutorial for a full overview of all WordPress settings. Step 5. Installing your WordPress theme. In the accompanying article on the Oakland blog, you can get a discount for the Divi WordPress theme by following this button over here. We recommend using Divi because it's one of the most popular and highly rated WordPress themes. It also has some of the best support and documentation on the market. So once you're here, you can buy Divi by clicking Join Today. You can then buy it for a yearly access or for lifetime access, which gives you all Divi's features plus updates for as long as you want. So click sign up today. Then just enter in your details and your credit card details, agree to the terms of service and complete registration. You should then be able to log into your Elegant Themes members area. And in your account, you can scroll down until you see Divi here and then download it. This will download the Divi theme as a .zip file, and just keep track of where you downloaded it so that you can easily upload it later. Okay, so then to upload and install your Divi theme, just go to Appearance and Themes. This is where you'll manage all the themes on your website. Click Upload. Click Upload Theme. Choose File. Then upload the zip file that you downloaded earlier. Click Install Now. This may take some time because the entire Divi theme will be uploaded, including all the demo content. Then once it's done, click Activate to activate the theme on your website. Okay, and now you've installed Divi. Step 6. Creating pages. So unless you have a one-page website, you'll probably have multiple pages on your WordPress website. So to create pages, you can go to Pages in the left-hand menu and click Add New here. Or you can go to the All Pages page where it'll list all the pages on your website. You can also add new pages here or by clicking Add New. The first thing you'll do is add a title, so in this case Home, for our home page. And then there are a lot of settings here, but we recommend you watch our Introduction to WordPress for Beginners to get a grip on all of them. Then you can save your page as a draft if you don't want it live on your website yet. You can publish it if you're done working on it. And you can go on and create all your other pages the same way by referring back to your sitemap. I've skipped ahead and created all my pages, and you should see them all listed here if you've done the same. Step 7. Customizing your pages using the page builder. So a page builder enables anyone to create pages that look professionally designed for their website without any coding or design experience by providing an easy-to-use drag-and-drop interface to add content to the pages, reposition them, and change their styling options. There are plenty of page builders on the market that are either standalone plugins or come with a professional WordPress theme. But Divi has one of the best page builders around, which is also why we chose it for this tutorial. So to use a page builder, you just go to one of your pages. We'll do Home. And then you click the Edit with the Divi Builder button. Most page builders have something similar. Divi gives you 3 options: to either build a blank page from scratch, choose one of their free pre-made layouts and then customize it, or clone a page you've already built. So we want to show you how to import a layout, so click here. That opens up the free Divi Layout Pack library, and you can search for one here, or filter it by category, or search for it over here. So since this is our home page, we'll choose the home page layout. And here you see it'll group all the pages from that same layout pack so that you can easily build out your website with a consistent layout pack. And you can view the live demo here, but we'll just click Use It. So importing the layout pack may take a while because it's downloading all the demo content, including images, videos, whatever is in the design. Okay, so most page builders work using the same concept. A page is divided into sections, which are big blocks of related content, like this blue or purple area. And then the sections are divided into rows and columns. As you can see here, there are different column structures. And then the actual content consists of elements that are these gray blocks over here. So when there is text, you can just click on it and start typing like that. And you can add new rows by clicking the green button like this and then choosing a column structure. And then you can add modules using these gray buttons. So for example, we can add, let's say, button, and then we can change the content of the button here. Something like that. And you can change the design options over here. So as you can see, it's very easy to use. And this is just a quick introduction, but if you want to really get into the builder, go to the article on the Oakland blog and follow the link to the Divi documentation. In the Divi page builder section, you'll find over 20 hours of free tutorials, plus an explanation of just about anything that you'll find in the builder. If you're using a different theme or a different page builder plugin, they should also provide similar documentation that will help you get up to speed. It may look complicated now, but trust me, it's actually incredibly simple, and it actually becomes really fun to use once you're used to using a page builder. So back in your page builder, if you haven't published this page yet, there would be a save and a publish option, but you can just click save like this to save your changes. And you can also exit the visual builder over here and go back to editing your page in the backend by clicking the edit page button over here. Okay, and that's a quick introduction to using a page builder. Step 8. Setting the home page for your website. So once you've created all your pages, you need to tell WordPress which page to use as your default home page so that visitors land on the right page when first navigating to your website. So to do that, you go to Settings and then Reading. Then under your homepage displays, WordPress usually uses a page that shows all your blog posts in chronological order. But if you want to use a different page, you should select a static page and then choose the page from the dropdown. In our case, it will be Home. And then, as always, save your changes. Step 9. Creating blog categories and posts. So you can also run a blog alongside your WordPress website. And to do that, you'll need to create posts and categories. Categories are used to organize your blog posts, and you can create one just by entering a name and clicking Add New Category. You can then add a new post, just like a page. Give it a title. And then choose the category from the right here. And then publish it once you're done with your post. If you want to learn more about any of this, check out our Introduction to WordPress for Beginners tutorial, which will cover this in depth. Step 10. Creating a menu. Okay, so now that you have the pages and the blog for your website, you'll need to create a menu so that visitors can easily navigate across your website. So to create a menu, you go to Appearance and then Menus. And then you type in the name for your menu over here. I'll just call it My Navigation and then click Create Menu. Then here on the left is everything that you can add to your menu. We'll just add our pages, so we'll say Recipe, Blog, Contact, Shop, About, Home, and then click Add to Menu. You can then rearrange the order of the items in your menu just by dragging and dropping them. If you want to create a drop-down menu, we'll create one using our blog. You can just add another item to your menu, and then you can drag it underneath the top menu item. So our story will now be in a drop-down underneath blog. You then need to select where you want your menu to be displayed. So the primary navigation menu will be displayed at the top of your page, and the footer menu will be displayed at the bottom. So we'll make this our primary navigation menu. and then save it. And then if we look at our website, you'll see here's the menu with everything that we've added. And under blog, there's a drop down with the Our Story category. Okay, so once again, check out the Introduction to WordPress for Beginners tutorial to get to grips with how to create menus. Step 11. Customizing your theme through the theme options and the theme customizer. So most WordPress themes have a theme options panel where you can make changes to your theme settings. You can access Divi's one under Divi in the left-hand menu and then theme options. So here you can do stuff like upload a logo, change your brand colors, or enable social media or Google Maps on your website. It's also usually where you update your theme or access your account. As I said, most themes have something similar, and you should check out their respective documentations to get to grips with it. You can also change the global styling settings of your theme using the WordPress theme customizer. This looks basically the same regardless of what theme you use, but every theme will add their own settings to the default WordPress customizer. So here you can change typography, background, your footers, buttons, menus, etc. across your website. Again, we use Divi because of the extensive documentation that includes over 20 hours of free video tutorials. And you should check out your respective themes documentation to help you learn how to use all of these settings. Remember that you can find the link to the Divi documentation in the accompanying article over here. Step 12. Check out our other popular videos. If you've gone through and followed each of these steps, you've already created a basic website that you can now build out and customize as you wish. To help you along the way, check out our other resources on the Oakland website and our YouTube channel. The Introduction for WordPress tutorial will give you an in-depth look at all the most important aspects of WordPress. You should also watch our How to Add Your Website to Google Search and How to Install Google Analytics videos to get your website to show up in search engines and view your traffic statistics. WordPress isn't the best option for everyone, and you can check out our comparison videos where we compare Squarespace, Shopify, Wix, Blogger, and other CMSs to WordPress to see which might be the best option for you. Well, that completes our tutorial on how to make a website. We hope that you've got a solid understanding of the process and are now well on your way to creating the perfect website for you. If you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave them below, as we'll endeavor to answer all your questions and create even more videos on how to create a website.